television that. And we talked about this as you approach Punisher. We talked about it. Me and you talked about it. Rick Roman Waugh and you talked about it. Maybe as a triumvirate, we talked about it. Some of the fears that you had. I said something one day, and I remember you going, yeah, but Punisher's not that, oh. You're playing a character that you're able to, with obviously the help of Courtney and her mighty pen, and Curtis and his ingenuity, and what he's curated in his brain, but perhaps can't put on paper, but she put it on paper. And Stars having said, no, I'm adding this part because I don't think I had told you this, Bern. Stars having said no to a show, so to say yes to Power. They said yes to a show, then said no to the same show they had said yes to. Just to say, nah, I'm wrong. We're going to go with Power. They're betting on a dark horse. Perhaps literally. Let it be white execs, Chris Albrecht included. Now, Chris Albrecht is connected to John Bernthal in some capacity. People would ask why. In this interview, people say, why? How? Chris Albrecht is formerly at HBO. John Bernthal is connected to Gandolfini, rest in peace, via the spinoff, if you will, of Jimmy Gandolfini's lead, Sopranos. Jimmy Gandolfini is never going to be somebody that would say that it's all about him. If anything, I've heard all the stories of him feeding all of the crew, left and right. I've heard of the stories of him battling drug use. I know it. I know that he missed certain days of work. I know that equally, Burn, if I missed 5 minutes of work, they were on my. Jimmy Gandolfini, rest in peace, missed 5 days of work at times. I'm aware of it. I read Difficult Men. I know. And I know Difficult Men is more about Mr. Chases of the world, Courtney Kemps of the world, the curators and creators of these shows that then ask us to be Tom Brady's. Bern, I wasn't necessarily brought in as touted as Tom Brady was, leaving New England, going to Tampa. John Bernthal came in. If you got Ghost, you would have come in bigger stature than me walking in. So because I didn't come in bigger stature, that show, if you will, made me. It didn't make me in my definition, but because it made me to other people's belief, they can feel away if they don't feel like they're being given the credit. And ironically, I only give credit where credit is due. I am as good as the weakest actor. This show goes as far as the weakest crew member. And if 50 doesn't hire me, and I've said, 50, you had to be hella secure to hire me. You could have been insecure and hired some guys that are nowhere near my talent. 50 learned that I was aware how gifted I was. Bern, you and I know how gifted we are. We think that everybody else assumes that we think we're gifted. I've learned that some people, because of our humility, think we don't know how gifted we are. Some people feel more in control when you come off like you didn't know you had the shit. Bernthal, I could never play one down. Let's go back to football. I could never even dress up in the locker room if I didn't know how gifted I was. Right. But when we don't come off that way, some people really are taken aback the day that you come off that way. I believe the day that I came off like I knew how gifted I was, everything changed.
What was that?
Not
day?
Always for the better.
How so?
No longer was I in control of the faculty of that which they put me in control of when they asked me to play quarterback. If you ask me to play quarterback, then you have to allow me to sometimes call the plays.
Yeah.
If you ask me to play quarterback, not producer, just quarterback, I'm not at all of this notion that I was a producer. Right. I tried to get that credit. Right. Wasn't allowed it.
Right.
I mean, even that blew the mind of many of me's.
Yeah.
On a show not far over, you had people playing Olivia Pope, who are dear friends of mine, on Scandal, Kerry Washington's, to be specific, blown away that I was never offered an opportunity to rec.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I realized, Bernthal, that our industry includes so many people, if not the majority, you're going to smile, they are insecure.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't really love themselves prior.
Yeah.
I missed that memo.
Yeah.
You might say, brother, how the naivete? Are you an idiot, oh? I was an idiot. So I did the best that I could in an environment, oftentimes, Burned, that as much as I'm flawed and up and insane and got some weird idiosyncrasies, I might be the most flawed and most odd person on set. Hello, you hired me to play